From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
This episode of News 8 Daily 8 is presented by Downtown Indy.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Monday, November 9th. Start with some breaking news this morning. In the race to find a COVID-19 vaccine, Pfizer says an independent review of its work so far suggests its vaccine is at least 90% effective. Some 44,000 people are enrolled in trials of the Pfizer vaccine, one of several versions currently in human testing. Pfizer says the vaccine is on track to seek U.S. review later this month. That's the next step toward approval. And stock futures soared as soon as the news broke. Numbers have been all over the place, but the Dow futures were way up, S&P futures way up. NASDAQ hadn't gotten the jolts that the others were seeing, but certainly a storyline to follow closely. President-elect Joe Biden is moving forward with the transition. This morning, Biden announced key staffing decisions as the coronavirus rages. All 12 task force members have been announced. The goal is to return the country's attention to the virus. The president-elect is trying to prevent the pandemic from worsening before taking office on January 20th. The new website showcases 4 policy areas the incoming administration will prioritize, including COVID-19. Biden has named 3 co-chairs to the task force: former Surgeon General Vivek Murthy, former Food and Drug Administration Commissioner David Kessler, and Yale University's Dr. Marcella Nunez-Smith. Other task force members include Dr. Rick Bright, Dr. Robert Rodriguez, and Dr. Celine Gounder. Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris have a plan to beat COVID-19 that includes making sure all Americans have access to free testing, guidance on how communities should navigate the pandemic, protecting Americans at high risk, implementing mask mandates nationwide, mitigating pandemic threats, and ensuring everyone gets a vaccine. The Biden team plans to focus on other policy areas like economic recovery, racial equity, and climate change as well. The transition now has official social media channels as well, with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts using the handle @Transition46. Biden is planning to take executive actions on his first day in office. The series would undo many of President Trump's foreign policy actions. He announced that 4 actions topped the list. The first would be to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord. President Trump withdrew the U.S. from it in 2017. Secondly, Biden says he will join the nation again with the World Health Organization. The third is to repeal the Trump administration's ban on travel from some Muslim-majority countries. Lastly, Biden plans to reinstate the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, DACA, allowing so-called dreamers to remain in the country. And President Trump has not conceded at this point. CNN is reporting that the president is set to hold a number of campaign-style rallies. The events will highlight ongoing legal fights over the outcome of the election and potential recounts in battleground states. The rallies are likely to feature the president's unproven claims of voter fraud. According to CNN, the campaign will present obituaries of people it says voted. Members of the GOP are publicly split over how to handle Biden's victory. Yesterday, Senate Judiciary Chairman Lindsey Graham called for President Trump not to concede. Former President George W. Bush congratulated Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. Bush went on to say that President Trump has the right to request recounts. In a statement, Bush wrote, "The American people can have confidence that this election was fundamentally fair, its integrity will be upheld, and its outcome is clear." Developing now, it appears control of the Senate, though, will come down to Georgia. The state is set to hold runoff elections for both of its Senate seats in January. The first race pits current Republican Senator David Perdue against Democrat Jon Ossoff. Perdue topped Ossoff's vote total by more than 90,000, but he did not get 50% of the overall vote, so that triggers a runoff under Georgia law. The second race pits Democrat Raphael Warnock against Senator Kelly Loeffler. They were the top 2 vote getters in a special election in which at least 8 people got 1% of the vote. If current projections hold in other states and Republicans win either or both of Georgia's seats, they will keep the majority. If Democrats win both seats, the split, with independents caucusing with Democrats, would be 50-50. Effectively, Democratic control, since Vice President-elect Kamala Harris would be able to break ties. Both parties are gearing up for a frantic campaign. Prominent members of the GOP, like Senator Ted Cruz, are tweeting out fundraiser links urging people to defend the Senate majority. If Republicans keep control of the Senate, they could be able to greatly limit the scope and speed of changes under a Biden administration. And Kamala Harris is not the only person in her family making history with the move to the White House. Her husband, Douglas Emhoff, will be the first male spouse of a vice president. Emhoff will be known as the second gentleman or second husband. He will also be the first Jewish person to serve as a spouse to a president or vice president. There is also a first related to Jill Biden. Dr. Biden will become the only first lady who has held a paying job while living in the White House. She says she will not stop teaching when her husband becomes president. Jill Biden is an English professor at Northern Virginia Community College. She also kept working while serving as second lady for the Obama administration. Indiana's coronavirus numbers keep climbing. Hospitalizations are up for the 9th straight day. State health officials say more than 2,000 people are in the hospital because of the virus. The state also reported more than 4,600 new COVID-19 cases Sunday, a day after the state's first 5,000 case day. Since the start of the pandemic, the state has confirmed 210,000 cases. The state also announced 36 new deaths for a total of at least 4,383. Greenwood High School and middle school students start a hybrid learning schedule today. The district made the switch after a rise in coronavirus cases in Johnson County. The new plan, students will be in person 2 days a week, connect to their classrooms remotely 2 days a week, and be fully online and independent 1 day a week.
Searching for a romantic summer getaway? Escape with Rich Girl Summer, the new Audible original from Lily Chu. The exquisitely talented Philippa Sue, returning to narrate her 5th Lily Chu title. This time, Philippa is joined by her real-life husband, Stephen Pasquale. Set in Toronto's wealthy cottage country, aka the Hamptons of Canada, Rich Girl Summer follows the story of Valerie, a down-on-her-luck event planner posing as a socialite's long-lost daughter, while piecing together the secrets surrounding a mysterious family and falling deeper and deeper in love with the impossibly hard-to-read and infuriatingly handsome family assistant, Nico. Caught between pretending to belong and unexpectedly finding where she truly fits in, Valerie learns her summer is about to get far more complicated than she ever planned. She's in over her head and head over heels. Listen to Rich Girl Summer now on Audible. Go to audible.com/richgirlsummer.
And a possible bright side to the COVID-19 restrictions in hospitals, doctors say they're seeing more success when it comes to new moms breastfeeding. Doctors say that without as many hospital visitors, they're noticing moms having more one-on-one time with baby and successfully breastfeeding. And while there aren't any hard numbers yet, they say this could be a silver lining to the pandemic. News 8's Hannah Mordeau reports.
And it is okay to feel like the world is crashing down.
Mukti Patel says it's time to talk about how hard being a new mom is. She gave birth to her son Ari in Indianapolis back in August.
A lot of moms have more anxiety because of COVID with breastfeeding.
For Patel, the social isolation and postpartum mental health ups and downs due to the pandemic haven't been easy. And neither was learning to breastfeed. But
not having anyone there, like visitors, I think it helped because for me, Ari didn't really latch very well. So we had the lactation consultant who came into our room pretty much every day, every feeding. So it was kind of nice for it to just not have any visitors. It'd just be me, my husband, and her in our hospital room.
Hospitals across the country have shifted to a similar policy of no visitors in the maternity ward and just one support person to help mom.
It has been a little bit of a mixed blessing that families get a little bit more one-on-one time with their new baby. And that, I think, definitely makes it a little bit easier to breastfeed.
Dr. Patrick Clements is the medical director for newborn care at IU Health Methodist Hospital. He says while there aren't any hard numbers yet, the new restrictions seem to help moms rest, recover, and focus on baby. Breastfeeding is natural, but not always easy. He says now it seems mom and baby are getting more time to practice and perfect feedings in private.
Eliminate any hindrance, anything that might make it a little bit extra hard for breastfeeding. So I think that's where the visitor restrictions have potentially had that silver lining effect.
It's an effect that may have lasting impacts. And while COVID-19 has certainly increased stress on new parents, Patel says this is a change that might stick around.
It opened up my eyes to where if I did have a second baby, I actually wouldn't want visitors.
That was Hannah Mordeau reporting, and doctors say it's also important for moms to know that if they do get COVID-19, they should continue to breastfeed because the antibodies will transfer to the baby. And many people are fondly remembering Alex Trebek, the longtime host of Jeopardy, who lost his struggle with pancreatic cancer over the weekend. A makeshift memorial is growing at his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Trebek died yesterday, a year and a half after revealing his cancer fight. Two of Jeopardy's star contestants are sharing their condolences. Ken Jennings tweeted, "Alex wasn't just the best ever at what he did. He was also a lovely and deeply decent man, and I'm grateful for every minute I got to spend with him." James Holzhauer wrote, "It was one of the great privileges of my life to spend time with this courageous man while he fought the battle of his life." Trebek's final episodes will air through Christmas. College football teams in Indiana keep climbing. The state now has 2 top 10 programs. Both the AP and coaches polls put Notre Dame second in the nation and IU number 10. The Irish beat Clemson 47-40 in an overtime thriller Saturday night. The win set off an on-field celebration that is also causing concern in South Bend, with so many people gathering so closely, leading to fears of coronavirus spread. IU's climb to the top 10 is truly historic. First time the Hoosiers have been ranked that high since 1969. They thumped Michigan 38-21 Saturday. And now to the Colts, a short turnaround. The team has to shrug off its Sunday defeat immediately because they play again Thursday. The final was 24-10. The Colts are now 5-3 on the season. No time to rest. Up next, the Titans Thursday night. Charlie Clifford tells us what the Colts say may have gone wrong and how they're getting ready for what's next.
After holding reigning MVP Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense to 5 punts and no points in the first half, Phillip Rivers is the quarterback who comes out flat after halftime. Frank Reich's offense, 2 of 12 on third down, just 1 yard in the third quarter. And for only the second time this season, Rivers held without a touchdown on Sunday.
We're not pointing the finger. It doesn't really matter to us. We're for each other. So the defense has played great football. The defense did a great job today, especially in the first half, stopping their run game. I give credit to Lamar Jackson. I give credit to their coaches. Offensively for us in the second half, we were out too quick.
I think we are good enough to bounce back. I mean, we played one of the best defenses in the league. So to us, that's not an excuse to not get it done. I'm just saying there is a defense over there trying to stop us that's pretty dang good. It's been good enough this year so far, 5 games. So, 5 of 8, it's been good enough.
Defense played well, and I feel like they gave us chances, and I think that we just got to do better for them.
We also have to make plays to get off the field. We lost the turnover battle 2-1. And we have to find a way to get the ball.
Lamar Jackson's long run on Sunday, just 9 yards. So the Colts defense held its own in terms of the Baltimore running game. The concerns on offense start with Jack Doyle. The tight end left today's game with the concussion. Charlie Clifford, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
This has been your News 8 Daily 8. For Wish TV, I'm Kylie Conway. Online at wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This episode of News 8 Daily 8 is presented by Downtown Indy.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.